Hello, I'm Michelle Harrison, one of the owners of HelloNorthGeorgia.com, which is an online visual directory. Today we're going to be speaking with my good friend James Ball. He's just awesome. He knows the internet world like no other. He's going to take time to show us today a few practical things that we can do to improve our SEO or search engine optimization. Basically, he's just going to give us some tips about how we can improve our chances of being found on the internet. Why don't you come and join me on the porch right now and we'll go ask him some questions. Thanks, James, for joining us today. First of all, why don't we just start with you giving a short overview of how the internet sees our websites.
Well, we spend all our time and all of our money and all of our attention on the way that our websites look, the colors that we use, the graphics, the logos, things like that. But the internet kind of looks at our sites from the back end, looks at the programming, looks at the coding, looks at the construction, the navigation of a site, and so that has to be tended to for the search engines to find, look at, and index your sites. Not so much how they look to us with our visual human eyes, but the way that the coding and the programming is done.
All right, James, the obvious desire for any business owner to have a website is to be able to portray to the world what goods and services we have to offer. So once that site is created, the question is, how are people going to find our site? What's the difference between a site that is found easily and one that is not?
Well, search engine optimization and search engine marketing are two of the things that we do to ensure that our sites are found by search engines such as Google and Yahoo, MSN. And the attention that we put towards this needs to be developed as some form of strategy. There has to be some plan. I mean, we have to have things to act on. And being proactive in the promoting and the marketing of our sites is one of the best things we can do to drive traffic to our own sites. Everybody knows that when you build it, they're not just going to come. I mean, so many people have built sites, spent thousands of dollars, and within a month had no traffic to their sites. The difference between a good site and a bad site as far as the internet is concerned has nothing to do with the way the site looks. It has to do with the way it's coded, the way it navigates, the way it's programmed, how well and where the keywords are built in. And once this is done, then it becomes a matter of strategy and marketing. There are paid advertising campaigns that people will pay into or purchase, pay per click campaigns, things of this nature. We're not trying to really address that. What we're more interested in is what can people do to take part in the strategy to optimize and to market their website, and this for free, things that they can do that will take their time, not their money. The desire of any business is to be organically found. The difference between organic and paid, that's what organic search results mean. That means Google, when you Google something, the things that show up on the page that are not paid advertising, not sponsored, but naturally or organically are found on page one. This is where people want to be, and they want to be there without having to pay for it. That's what we're trying to do, is help people be more proactive in becoming more organically found on the internet.
All right, one of the first steps that we've talked about that a business owner can take themselves is to get involved in this social networking. Sites such as Facebook and Twitter, all those things. Quickly, everybody's hearing on the news how popular they are. How can joining Facebook and Twitter be helpful to building your web presence?
Well, sites like Facebook and Twitter, these are sites where people pretty much blog about what it is that they do, what they did today, what they're doing in their business, what new things their business is doing, and that's exactly what they're for, to stay interactive and connected with your community, your friends, your customers, potential customers, and by promoting the things that you do in a Facebook or a Twitter type environment draws attention to what it is that you do. You can there place a link to your website, so when people see that you have interesting things to say about a certain topic, they will investigate further, and that will lead them to your website. It's becoming more and more convenient for businesses to network with their clients or potential clients. That's what everybody is doing lately with Facebook and Twitter, and I think that's the rise in popularity. You don't see a lot of people in their bridge clubs anymore. It's people promoting their businesses, what they do, their new website, and by being more places than just one, by not just having a website, but having a web presence on Facebook, Twitter, all these sites where your signature or links to your sites can be placed. So when people hear and are interested in what you have to say, they didn't click on your link and go back to your website and then see the services of the business and the products that you provide. Well, Facebook and Twitter and other social networking sites, most of them are extremely user-friendly. They're set up so that people that, they're not coders, they're not programmers, they're just people out there that are trying to socially network. They're very user-friendly. They have very easy setups. They have tutorials that walk you through. There are, multiple help pages within Facebook and Twitter, and StumbleUpon, Dig, delicious bookmark sites. Tons of stuff people can do, and it's all very user-friendly and extremely easy to get involved with.
James, I have so many friends that have their own blog, have tons of interesting information that they can share through their blog. How can a business owner have a weblog or a blog?
Every business should have a blog. Websites are static in that when you put something up, your content, if you sell jelly beans, you're going to say that you sell jelly beans, and that's pretty much what your page is going to say. We sell jelly beans. Once somebody's come to your site, they've seen that you sell jelly beans, there's no reason for them to come back. By having a blog and by saying interesting things about the services and the products that you provide through your business, it creates and generates interest, interaction. You can ask questions, take polls, ask how you're being received in the community. You're interacting with your clients and your potential clients, and by having a blog where people come and interact with you, that drives traffic again to your site and gives you ideas about how you're being received.
So give us some idea, what kind of information can a business owner, what kind of information would they post on a blog?
Well, again, trying to stay relevant to what it is that you do. If you have a site that sells cars, you don't want to have a blog that talks about making cheese. It's not going to do you it's not going to do you anything. By having a signature and outbound links from your blog back to your site, and from your site back to your blog, it's the World Wide Web. It's an internet web. By keeping yourself interacted with yourself, so to speak, so that every time somebody looks up anything that you might have something to say about, they're going to bump into you and thereby be driven to your site no matter where they turn.
How can someone make sure their blogs are drawing internet attention?
On a blog, you want to share with your clients and potential clients the types of things that you have expertise in. If you're an auto mechanic, you want to have a blog that talks about auto mechanics, things, tips, tricks that you've learned, things that will capture the attention of your public, of your either potential customers or existing customers. And so being relevant to what it is that you do is important. Well, sites like Blogger.com, you can go to Google and Google blog site. There's many out there. We use Blogger. It's just an easy user interface. It's very user friendly, easy to set up. It's free, and there are lots of templates and formats to make you look very professional and just very easy to use. When we do consultations for SEO and SEM and things like this, these are the exact same things that we recommend to people. Number one, don't be afraid to go out there and become a part of this network. It's the World Wide Web. It is a web, and to be a player in that is what everybody wants to do. To have a website standing alone by itself without networking or without people running into you somewhere else besides your website, it's not effective anymore. It's getting to be more and more competitive. So getting familiar, not being afraid, and doing some networking. So we recommend that people do set up a blog, that they do take part in Facebook and Twitter and other social networking sites, and get out there and get active. If you dedicate 15 minutes a day to your web presence that's not your website, elsewhere that's driving traffic to your website, it will improve your results.
James, you know how naive I was about the whole web business when we started HelloNorthGeorgia.com. And today we just kind of scratched the surface, but I just want to thank you for sharing your knowledge and your expertise with us. I'm so glad that you're partnering with me in this business, and just appreciate you taking time to be with us today. Thank you for joining us today. I really hope you received some useful information. Join us next time. We'll be talking about QuickBooks and how to make it more efficient. We'll look forward to seeing you then.